These elites are finished, man. Esau and his power structure is done, man. The so-called white man and his power structure is finished, man. All right. And when I said that, he didn't see it. But now when I read this scripture, it made sense. All right, because the scriptures prophesied him to do all these things, but it also prophesied him going down for doing all these things, man. All right, and it must come to pass. All right. Matter of fact, that was heavy, man. Let me continue with that again, man. Let me start at Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. And who's prouder than the Edomites, man? Who's prouder than the so-called white man? Who's more arrogant than the so-called white man? All right? That's who it's talking about. It's talking about these Edomites. They go to these different lands, all right, and they establish their way. And they don't care what nobody else has to say about it. All right? Why? Because they have the weapons, man. All right? Their power is the sword, okay? But now these other nations are actually starting to get weapons now on their level. They're getting nuclear missiles. So now they have to back off, man. They can't just go into Iran like how they could have, a few decades ago, man. They can't do that no more. All right? They have to go in there with subtlety. Why? Because what? Russia's backing them. All right? So this is what these elites know. This is what these Edomites know, man. They know that their power is starting to dwindle. Okay? Before they could just threaten the nation will back up, man. Right? They told Japan, listen, man, we're gonna bomb the hell out of you. Right? What did Japan say? They gave up, man. All right? They gave up. They waved the white flag. All right? And what did they do? They still bombed them, man. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. All right? So that shows that Esau, he was a bully, man, and he continues to be a bully, man. All right, but all these other nations that you did that to, they're gonna actually rise up against you, man, and they're gonna actually start to raise up a taunting proverb against you for all this wickedness that you've done. All right, let me continue with that. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and could not be satisfied, and gathereth unto him all nations, man. All right, and these people cannot be satisfied, man. The Edomites can't be satisfied, man. All right, they done stole everything on the planet, and they still want to steal more, right? The Rothschilds, they own everything. They want to still steal these people's natural resources, man. Their oil, man. They done took everything else from them. All right, that's because they cannot be satisfied. All right, and that's what it's going into. That's who it's talking about. Directly talking about these people, the Edomites, who would be ruling at this time. Because no other nation was that greedy, man. All right. When the Babylonians were ruling, they weren't that greedy, right? They took over certain lands and they said, listen, all right, we're good. We have our empire. We have our kingdom. All right. They had little city states and whatnot. But Esau, what does Esau do? Esau takes the land, sucks out the natural resources, leaves the people with nothing, all right? And then taxes the hell out of the people, man. That's what Esau does, man. Okay, and he does this around the whole planet, man. All right? And that's why America has embassies in all these different countries, man. North, south, east to west, man. Around the whole globe, man. All right? And the people are starting to rise up. They're starting to say, listen, man, you're the problem. You're the reason why my country's not flourishing, man. All right? We got to get these Edomites out of here, man. All right? What are they doing in South Africa now, man? They're trying to get those Edomites out of there, man. Right? The so-called white man done stole that. All right? They're trying to steal that and run apartheid through there. All right? But what are the South Africans saying? Listen, man, we don't want you here no more, man. Why don't you go back to where you came from, man? Okay? Let me read this again, man. All right? Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, and keepeth not at home, man. All right, so the Edomites, they never keep at home, man, and that's one of the characteristics, man. They're always trying to go into these different lands and steal natural resources. So that's all they do. They steal the natural resources, all right, and they implement their philosophy upon it, okay, which is a negative philosophy, and that's why the rest of these nations don't want to accept it, okay? They don't want their women to end up like whores, like here in the West, man. All right, they don't want GMO foods, man. They don't want that, all right? They don't want that, all right? They want their country to be the way it is, all right? All right, but what does Esau say? Esau says, yeah, You want your culture to be that way, then guess what? I'm going to kill off the leader, and I'm going to set up a puppet, man, who's going to actually adhere to our ways. All right, and that's what they always do. Okay. Let me continue with this. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and could not be satisfied, man. And these Edomites are as death, man. Everywhere they go, there's nothing but death. All right. You look into these different nations, you know, like Asia and these different places. A lot of these places, they don't have too much disease, man, as America and Canada and shit like that. Everyone don't have cancer and diabetes, man. Why? Because of the diet that they have, man. Right? The diet that they have is better. They eat more vegetation, man. All right? In most of these places, okay? But when you look at America, you look at Canada, what do they promote? They promote eating all types of meat, pumping the cows and the animals with hormones, all right? Which only destroys their body, and it destroys the animals. Even the animals are mourning, man. We're supposed to be treating your animals like that, but that proves further that they're the wicked, man. They're the devil, man. All right? There can't be another nation that's going to come after this and establish a worse kingdom and a more wicked kingdom. It's impossible, man. That's how we know they're the Edomites. Okay? These people are saying they're Japhet. When was Japhet prophesied to do that? Japhet was never prophesied to do all that stuff I just mentioned, man. Okay? The Edomites were prophesied to do that, man. That's how we know they're the Edomites, man. Okay? And if they're Japhet, then that means the Edomites have to come and be 10 times worse. How the hell can you survive in a kingdom like that? It's impossible, man. That means you're going to be eating fake plastic food all your life, man. No, man. The Heavenly Father is going to cut this rulership short and set up a righteous rulership. There ain't going to be no other rulership after this. After this. The next ruler after this is going to be Yahushua and the Israelites. Okay? Because it can't go on, man. It's impossible. All right? And the fact that you think that these people think that it's Japhet proves that they don't understand the scriptures and they don't study. Okay? The reason they say it's Japhet is because they're living in that region where Japhet lived. Okay? Whereas this scripture just read, it just said that he doesn't keep it at home. Okay? So of course he's going to be in different lands, man. All right? Obviously. All right? And why do you think he's in the land of Israel right now? Okay? Calling himself a Jew. Call himself Jewish. Right? Because they go to different lands. They don't keep at home, man. All right? That's why I just read in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. All right? So it's as simple as that, man. That land was once run by Japhet, but Esau took over the land. Just like he took over Greece, because Greece didn't belong to the Edomites before. All right? Greeks, the original Greeks before Alexander were Japhites, man. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So it's something called migration patterns, man. Okay? That's why when you talk about the Lord was a so-called Negro. They say, oh wait, isn't he Middle Eastern? Middle Eastern is a direction, man. It's an area. Right? The people in the Middle East weren't always the people that were there, man. All right? But they look at the people they see that come over that call themselves Arabs, right? Or that they see on TV that are the so-called Arabs. They say, oh, he has to look like that. No, man. All right? Something called migration patterns, man. Matter of fact, let me get this book here, man. All right? It's been a while since I've put up this book. The Babylon to Timbuktu, man. All right, because you so-called black people, man. You weren't always in the land of Africa, man. You migrated to the western parts of Africa, man. All right, because most of those Africans are Hamites, man. They're not Israelites. They're not your people. All right, the Eastern Africans and those are not your people. All right, but the Western Africans, those are Israelites, man. All right, they have something called the Igbo tribe, right? That which Igbo means Hebrew. Okay, they have all those Hebrew relics. They have the menorahs and all that. All right, because guess what? They know that they descend from those people. All right, and those are our people that are left back here in West Africa, man. Okay. Get this in find this page here. Oh, it's 144 or something like that. Gotta find that page, man. I haven't looked for this in a while. You know, but it's the main point that we used to bring out a lot. I believe it's actually 80 something actually. To be honest with you, it's 80 something, 90 something. You know, but it goes into the fact of how we got into the land of Africa, man. All right, we got to the west coast of Africa. All right, because we were actually fleeing from the Romans, man. All right, this is it here. This is page 84 in Babylon to Timbuktu, man. All right. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state, which, with great slaughter, during the period of the military governors of Palestine. Okay, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people during the period from Pompey to Julius. It has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution and slavery. All right, the slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves, man. All right, which shows that what? The Israelites that were there in the west coast of Africa, right? The so-called Africans were Israelites, man. All right? And this is a book written by J.A. Rogers, man. All right? It shows you that